Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup Podcast, episode 71. I'm Tommy, joined by John.
What's going on?
Just making sure it actually is episode 71.
Might be 72, might be 70. Who knows?
No, we're good. It is 71. Last week was 70. We're all out of sorts because last week was a pre-recorded podcast where we were at Pro Tour Baltimore and foresaw that we were going to be exhausted, and we were right.
We were way exhausted.
So if you watch this week's Fab Watch, that was the result.
Yeah, that was us. It was awesome. It was
here
awesome.
We are to talk about Pro Tour Baltimore 1 week later.
Hell yeah.
So that's our main topic. Before we get into our main topic, we have some house cleaning things to talk about, like how you can support this show if you like this show. Like, we have a TCG player store. So there's a link down in the description. So you can go and click the link and see if there's anything of interest that we may have. We do have more Fab, and we will have more Fab coming. We talked about how hard it was to be able to put Fab up. We figured it out.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
People deserve to have Fab cards.
That's right. I think we're going to do it in volume if we can. It's going to take a minute to get the volume up there, but the there's some basic stuff up there. There's some cold foils. There's some nice little bits.
It will get there. It will grow. Another way to do that, another way to support the channel, is by joining the Patreon. Get access to the Discord. Talk to us about the things we talk about in the podcast and our other shows. Whenever. We're always in there. We're always discussing things. We're playing games, having fun, talking markets.
Talking about what's happening in the market, talking about crazy trades people are making all over the country. Even today, somebody was talking about how they made a trade. What was it? They got a head jab, the comic cartoon version, 9.0 mint. In trade for, I can't remember what, Heart of Ice, Cold Foil Heart of Ice, and some Majestics. I feel like they won. It's a good trade. That was Barry from the Discord.
Yeah, I mean, grading isn't like, I don't know.
I know you're not into grading, but I'm telling you, head jab though. Yes, this is one of the only arts like this. This is like the first version.
I agree.
And it's a promo.
I'm not disagreeing that he made out. What I'm saying is what the difference between a 9 and a 10 is, because I hear the difference between 9 and a 10 is quite a bit.
Yeah, but it's still better than Raw.
Is it?
Yes, a 9 is better than Raw. 8.5. Well, it could. Yes, a gambler fallacy. You're right.
Okay, all right. So it's that whole thing. Got it. Yeah. Say no more. I understand.
Yep. You're right. You're right, though. It is possible that you pull a 10-0 out of your random thing that gets sent to you from TCG player. Very unlikely, but possible.
Yeah. Another house cleaning thing. Murphy, our friend Murphy, who, if you are interested in comic books, you can go watch Murphy and I talk about comic books on Tommy's Top Shelf Comics, another YouTube channel. Every week we do top 5 comics. This weekend, the Mad Lad got married, and it was a ton of fun.
Congrats to Murphy.
It was a ton of fun. Had a blast. We had lightsaber battles, not only on the dance floor, outside.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
It was incredible.
I love it. Congrats, Murphy.
Yeah, we were all inside, and then they were like, all right, everyone come grab a lightsaber, and we're going outside. And we're heading outside. It's almost 8 o'clock, but like people had been drinking for a while. And so we turn the corner, and you just hear a really bunch of drunk people go, wait, the sun's still out?
That's awesome.
And then we all turn on our lightsabers, and then we all put them up, and then the bride and groom run through the lifted up lightsabers, and then once they run through, battle breaks out.
Yeah, I was going to say they murder.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun.
Fantastic. That was good.
Blast.
Awesome.
It was a blast.
Awesome.
So congratulations, Murphy.
Hell yeah.
Go check out our channel. If you want to do a nice thing for Murphy and me, you can go subscribe to Tommy's Top Shelf Comics. Maybe you'll learn about comics. Find the new image #1 that you've been waiting for that we talk about every week. So,
yeah,
it's fun. But moving on to our main topic. It's been a week.
It has been a week.
Baltimore.
7 entire days.
More from the beginning.
What? Well, yes. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
7 days from the conclusion.
Yeah, 7 days since we got back.
Yes. How we feeling?
I feel great. I had this weekend off. You didn't.
No. sick this week. I got sick at Baltimore.
I am so happy I'm back in full energy now. Cause yeah, it was exhausting. It was great.
I was at 0 energy. Now I'm still at 0 energy.
Negative 0 energy, negative 10.
I don't think you can technically have, while still being alive, I don't think you can have negative energy.
Sometimes I feel like you can, but yeah, you're probably right.
It may be an emotional negative.
You're like, I feel negative and I'm gonna murder some people, and that will make it positive, right?
Yeah. And then I will gain energy from the adrenaline running from the cops.
Or you just suck in the energy like a vampire, right?
Or Kirby.
You're at negative and then you get to positive, right? It's vampire war.
Kirby. Yeah.
It could be.
The energy
Yeah.
Kirby.
So yeah, this week was insane for me. I did tech week, so I was doing all the tech events in Philadelphia, and that took up all my time. It was fantastic. It was good to be out. It was very much a post-COVID awakening of the city of Philadelphia, which I thought was awesome. Obviously, COVID's not completely gone, but is gone enough where events don't seem to be impacted so much. And then that led into going to our local shop.
Yeah, I missed it this week because of said
You
wedding.
did.
But
You
how'd it go?
did. It was awesome. It was
What'd
fun.
you play?
I played Azalea Precon Blitz deck in a Blitz event, and I got murdered because it's a precon.
Your Lord, John.
What? No, it was fine. I loved it. I still
Okay.
won. And I did it so I could learn Azalea's cycle, you
Yeah.
know, and how to play it. Because in my mind, that's the whole point of precons. It gives you a taste of the character. You get a chance to understand some of the core mechanics, and then you build from there. And let me tell you, I have been building. Azalea may be my new favorite hero.
I've been seeing it in the chat.
Yeah.
asking all these Azalea questions.
Yeah. I may be done with Azuri. I love Azuri. She's great. I may bring her occasionally, but oh my god, Azalea just goes every direction in lots of ways. So fun. Anyways, precon.
Yeah, good thing you bought all those Azuri cards.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, the deck is staying a deck. Like I still have my Icelander deck in a deck box. Like this is how I play. I'll just pull it out when I feel like playing it. Especially when LL happens, I'll have all these decks that are like basically ready to go.
Yeah.
You know, I am totally fine with it. So Azalea, round one. I honestly don't remember all my fights. I'm not as good as you at that. I do remember I had a Lexi matchup and I won that one. So I did win with a precon deck. That game, I was just like on point. Everything was going. I had all the mechanics working. It was third game. That tends to be where I win. It happened in Commoner 2 where I brought the pile of outsider commons from what's his name? Riptide. Third round, I won. I did the thing I wanted to do. Sorry, my mic is like falling over now. There we go. So third round, like 1 and 2, I'm trying to figure out the deck. Round 3, I kill the person. Happened again this time. The third round with Azalea, I was just clicking on all cylinders, able to put the things in arsenal that need to be in arsenal for the next round, and then just keep the momentum going. It's a very much a momentum play, a tempo play.
Yeah, and you can't lose it.
Yeah, you can't lose it or you lose. Like that is how she works. It's very interesting. I love it. The dynamics of it, very fun. And then the CC is even better, honestly. But yeah, so I did win 1 game out of 4. It was a 4
that means you had a decent amount of turnout.
We did. We had like 6 or 7 people I don't recognize. Now I haven't been playing for the last season, so many of them may be coming back.
Sure.
But it was a lot of people. It was great.
Nice.
I got to play off against someone who was playing Briar, who knew you, Tommy, and mentioned you. And he said he listens to some of our stuff, so shout out to him. I don't want to use his name in case he doesn't want to use, but yeah, it was fun. He kicked my ever living ass so hard because Briar. It was awesome, and the precon doesn't have any arcane barrier. So like 100% just got wrecked. It was a fun game though. I got to like learn a few things. That was my 4th round. So my 3rd round it was clicking. 4th round I got slammed by arcane.
Yeah.
Top of the tables, I think we had some arcane. I know there was a guy playing next to us that had done pretty well. I got to watch him play again. Don't want to use names, but he was playing Ryan R, so you probably know
Mm-hmm.
who it is.
Yep.
And and he did a double Blood Rush Bellow turn. I got to see it live.
Yeah,
I'd
that
never
checks out.
seen that.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh my God, how the
In Blitz? Yeah, totally
yes, it
fair.
did.
Totally
I was
fair.
like, it
Yeah.
was out of control. It was out of control.
That's why I love
So
Reinhardt
it
and
was a good
Blitz.
night.
It's just
It
like
was a
any
lot of
turn
fun.
can be the last turn.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. You get one turn, and then after that, game may be over. You don't know.
Yeah.
So it was a good
You
time.
may
It was a
get
lot of
one
fun.
turn if you go
Yeah,
second.
I don't think anyone pops first turn very frequently. Like occasionally it might happen, but
With Intimidate,
mm,
Reiner can present 20.
I don't think he. Well, he had double Blood Rush Bellow. He intimidated the whole hand.
Uh-huh.
I think he only did like 15, 16.
Okay.
It was still
It
enough to
can
kill the
get
guy.
there. It can get
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's possible. I imagine, but yeah, and it wasn't turn one. That's for sure. It was
No,
definitely
no.
further in because I had finished my game and came over to watch.
Nice.
But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Nice.
All right.
Baltimore?
Sorry, I distracted from Baltimore. Yeah.
That's okay. What do we want to talk about first? We got down, we had some dinner, saw some friends, and that was so we weren't there Thursday night. We got down late Friday night.
Yep.
So missed Friday and
Rolled in
then rolled in
Saturday and
Saturday
Tommy
morning.
off to the college.
Yeah, I was off to the calling. Did not do great.
980 some odd goddamn players in the calling. How
I
cool is
think it was
that
like
shit?
900. It was only like 930 or 940 in their seats though, which is still crazy.
Is the 80 was the registered number or something?
Yes,
Like 40
because you
missed
are
out?
automatically registered, but then only like 30 or 40 were not in their seats at round one,
Yeah, that's fair.
which is a very small percentage
Yes.
when you think about it.
Yep. It's a huge I think someone said, and I can't confirm or deny whether this is true, but I believe it was said that this was the largest
Yes.
organized tournament
Yep.
in the history of Flesh and.
Correct.
That is correct. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah. What would be bigger?
Vegas Tales of Aria pre-release event. I guess
No.
it's not a tournament. Doesn't count.
It's
That was huge.
It's in one event. It's like that tournament, that event is the largest. Not like how many people came
to a thing. Got it.
thing.
Okay. Because Vegas had to have been. I don't know. I didn't go, but the images I saw were like, oh my God.
No, this was the largest game.
Cool.
The largest
That's
tournament.
awesome. Fantastic. And it played out.
Yeah.
It was out of control.
Yeah, it was wild. I was fatigued by the end.
How far did you get?
I played through it. I fought through it. I dropped the last round because I just mentally could not play another one. And there was no sense in me playing another one. I wanted to, but I was too tired.
What time was that?
I don't know, 9. It started at what, like 9? 10?
Yeah, it started. Mine was at 11. Yours was
10,
either
10,
at 9
10,
or 10. Yeah.
10. And then I played 7 of the 8 rounds. So I played for like 7 hours and almost got no breaks. Like I had 1 20-minute break. The rest were like maybe 5 minutes. Just because of my matchups.
And you were playing, I guess, Talk Dory to me.
Oh yeah. I brought Dory. Just because did I think she was the best deck? Yes. Is she actually? No.
No.
I don't know. I thought my matchups were going to be good, but I didn't see any of the matchups that I was favored in.
So who'd you play into? What was like your what was the first sad unexpected
I'll go through the rounds. I remember.
Yeah. Do it.
First round was against a Lexi player who was playing the no fuse Lexi. That was very dominant in the tournament. Not a great matchup for me. Could have gone better. Should have raced. But this one I felt almost at a loss from the beginning because we were having like nice pleasantries at the beginning because it was the first round, so there was a little bit of time before they were like kicking things off. And the guy introduced himself. We were talking, and he was like, "Who are you on?" I said, "Dorinthia," and he goes, "Oh, do you know Josh Lau?" And I was like, "Yeah, I watch all of his videos. I like, he's a great guy. I've learned a lot of my Dorinthia work from him." And he was like, "Yeah, he's in my locals." I was like,
And I
"Fun."
know how to destroy
And I was like,
him.
"Great, so you know exactly what to do against
I
me," and
know
he
every.
did. I
Oh,
did get him to 5 though. So felt good going into
that's good.
game
That's
2.
good.
I was like,
Yeah.
"All right, I'll take that." Um, shoot, what was my second game was against a Bravo, and I ended up taking that one. Finished it off with a rout, which felt real good.
That is fun.
Basically, I had the classic turn of Glistening Steel Blade into Iron Song Determination, going up to 3 counters because he blocked with 1 card because it was Dominate, and then took some damage, so I got a counter. And then I went to swing again, and then he went to go block with 3 cards, but before he revealed them, I was like, "It has Dominate." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Dominate until end of turn." And he was like, "Oh, right." So
Dead.
yeah, ended up getting the 3 counters off of that because the 2 hits and then the 1 from just how you normally get them from Dawnblade. And then he was on the defensive, and then basically from that held tempo, making him give me his whole hand turn after turn after turn. Either usually just him giving everything or holding back with defense reactions. I did get around it once with a twinning blade, which felt really good. But then basically held tempo until I ran into one of my 2 routes, and then finished it off with a route when he blocked with 2 showtimes. And
Painful
yeah,
block.
yeah. And then it was, what was next? Bravo. And then the order is a little murky, but the rest are losses except for 1, which I remember. I ended up getting 2 wins. And then so I did play a Briar who high rolled the crap out of me. Turn 1 channel.
Oh, you told me. Yeah, yeah.
Turn
We
2.
talked between rounds
So
on
then
this
there
one.
was a
This
double
is so
channel.
salty.
There was a
Yeah,
double
yeah.
channel out.
Double channel right off.
And then I had 18 health after giving both of my hands and paying, like getting a ton of value out of pitching and then pitching 1 card and then being able to play 2 red Steelblade shunts. So I pitched a yellow and then paid and then arsenaled, and then I was able to get through a little bit the next turn, but it just, you can't come back from being at 18 to 40
No.
against Briar.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Unlikely. Very unlikely.
Yeah. Because the way
Not as
I was not expecting to see a lot of Briar. And of course I saw 1.
of course.
So I'm running 1A. I was running 1AB in that list. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So you're in a rough spot to begin with.
So when you get low, it's just kind of inevitable.
To be fair, one of the
Yeah.
top 8 was Viserai, so Runeblade's in the game.
Right.
Game.
And yeah, against Viserai, it's fine.
Is it? They do the same thing. They use the same sword.
Yeah, but they don't have channel to get to you 18. You can
Oh
actually
no,
race
they just have
Viserai.
17 fucking rune chants.
Yeah, but you have 1. You only need 1 AB for that.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, yeah, yeah. I see.
And
what
I
you're
run
saying.
a lot
That's
of
fair.
blues.
That's fair. Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
that matchup's completely different.
It is a different. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And then I think my matchup was into an Azuri. That was my long break that I got because that was very quick.
You died.
Yeah. And then I faced an Azuri, won that, fatigued him, fatigued the fatigue Azuri. Were you watching that
crazy.
one?
I came over and
yeah.
I peeked over your shoulder
Yeah.
a few times. I tried not to be like intrusive because I
Yeah.
knew it was intense. You guys were both like sweating and concentrating so seriously. I didn't want to mess with
It
it.
was. It went down to the wire, and it actually did go to time. And
I
in the
was gonna say,
final,
that was the one that went to time that
yeah,
called you out. I heard you on the
yeah,
loudspeaker. They're like,
yeah.
"Tommy, go lightly, report your results." I'm
I
like,
was like,
"Oh."
I'm still playing. We had a judge right there with us too, and he was like, this is the last turn. So my last turn was swinging a naked dawn blade in when he had no blocks, because the only card in his hand was Plague Hive.
Oh, that's
So
so painful. Shout
yeah,
out.
so we got there.
True soldier,
Yeah,
carrying the plague hive to the end.
yeah. Got some value out of it though at
Yeah, I
the end
bet.
there. What else? Then I played a Kano. Got very close, presented lethal, and then just didn't find my Oasis. My Oasis is my plan for Kano. Again, I wasn't expecting to see a lot of Kano, saw Kano. And then my last matchup that I called it after was an Oldhim that decked me, fatigued me.
Mm.
I
just block you down or what?
Yeah, there was, and at the afterwards, he was like, "Yeah, I recently have switched to Oldhim from Dorinthia."
Yeah, I remember.
I was like, cool.
You told me that.
I was like,
He's
awesome.
like,
So you knew,
I know all your tricks.
you knew all my turns, you knew
and
all
I'm
my
gonna destroy
signals, you knew when I pitch this, that means
Yeah,
that, and if I have this floating, and
welcome to the pros, Tommy. Welcome.
oh yeah, I didn't expect to do well. I just I thought that I would have a little bit better luck in the.
I did too. I thought you'd have a surprise
matchup.
factor. Yeah.
Well, no, I had my surprise factors. It was just the matchups weren't there. I didn't see a single Dromai. I was surrounded by Dromais.
I was about to say, like, I don't like your luck went poorly for that. I thought you'd have the surprise factor. I don't think you got the surprise factor.
No.
There was several places where you could have walked in and said, "Surprise, Dory," and people would have been like, "Oh, I have no idea how to fight this, and I'm weak against it." Instead, you got matched into all these random things that were not great.
Right. So I was happy to walk away with 2 wins.
It's good.
Okay.
It was good. Yeah. That tournament was insane. I got to watch a lot of different matches, and I did play some on my own. I went off and did sealed outsiders. I did the go again package and all that stuff. But I mean, it was such a broad meta. Even the top 8 was broad. I mean, Dash, Lexi, Viserai. Then you have Oldhim, Azalea, Lexi, and Oldhim. Like, what is that? That's a great top 8 for the calling. Over 900 players. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to see everything. Everything. Yeah. All right. What else? What else happened at Baltimore that you loved?
There was first, we had a fan recognize me by face and came up and said hi. I don't want to call you out by name on the podcast because I didn't ask. But if you are listening to this and you are that fan, reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram. I meant to invite you to the Discord so that you could have like a lifelong free Discord access. So if you can find us on Tommy's Top Picks on Twitter or Instagram, or reach out to me and I will gain you access to the Discord, because that was super cool and it meant a lot to me.
There you go. If you can find Tommy at a random event or outside, walking around at Fab stuff, not in his personal life, just at Fab stuff. Don't go to find his house and shit.
No, please don't.
Please don't do that.
My wife will not be
but
happy.
if you do find him at an event, you can get a free access to the Discord.
Absolutely.
I like it. I think that's reasonable. I will not provide the same reward. In fact, I'll act like I have no idea what you're talking
about. Dear Lord. Yeah, so come find me. Come find me. I'm trying to think what else happened. We talked about it in Fab Watch, but I almost lost my Dory deck.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was
terrifying.
They were amazing. And I shouted them out in the market update. We shouted them out in Fab Watch. I think we've given them a lot of shout out. Collectibles with a 1, whatever. Go find it. Go look at the other videos. They were amazing. Good on them. Vendors were just great this year. It was really a great booth setup. I mean, this is fantastic. I'm hyped for Pro Tour. I will tell you one thing that I've heard from all the other people that have been around since early Magic days. This is like the early Magic.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
It's fantastic.
I'm not that old, so I don't know what that was like.
Shut up.
Okay, Grandpa. The future is now. The future is Fab.
The future is Fab, and I'm here for it. I am here for it.
It's awesome. It's
It's so
growing.
good.
It's one of those things where at the beginning it was no one plays the game. It was, oh, it's just a bunch of collectors trading amongst themselves. Now with this recent price spike of everything, it really is just, I think, mass adoption. Not I wouldn't say larger adoption. It's
Yes,
just it's
larger. Yes,
there are more players than ever. There
it
are
is.
more people wanting their shiny things than
It's
ever.
in the beautiful phase of optimism and growth.
Yeah.
And this is the time. Like this is where you have to just embrace it. Remember these moments, people, especially if you've never done a card game before. Just get in there, go to every event you can, do all the things you can, you know, get in it as much as you can because this is going to be moments you'll remember 10, 20 years from now that were just pristine, just perfect, just beautiful. Everyone is trying to make it a good place for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Everyone wants to enjoy the game. Everyone wants everyone else to enjoy the game. There's nothing sour about it. It's just a beautiful moment of growth, and these things are rare. As a boomer, as an I'm not a boomer, but as an old man who has played other card games
Yeah.
before, enjoy this moment because it only lasts so long. I've seen this with multiple things, not just card games, but those things where community forms and it's like that perfect chrysalis of community, and then
Mhm.
it grows
Yeah.
beyond its own ability to manage it, and it gets kind of less fun. This is that moment in Flesh and Blood. It's beautiful space, and
Mhm.
it's well worth enjoying, and it will give you memories for the rest of your life that are just worth holding on to. So
Oh,
get in
absolutely.
there.
It already has for me, for sure.
That's what I mean. I know it has. Like it has for everyone that went to Pro Tour.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. Just listening to the different people that have played, the different meta, the different card like strategies, the teams, they're all doing this thing where it's like we have an idea. We don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea, but we have an idea
Well,
and we're
that's
going to go.
yeah, and you said teams, and that struck a chord with me because I think what's really cool about Fab is you see these teams forming, right?
Yep.
You see these pro teams that are playing in Pro Tour, but then you see your local team that you go and travel with and you
Hell yes.
support each other and you regroup after each match and you're just like, "Hey, how we doing? We're 0-1. We're 1-1. We're moving." The one friend comes back and he's 5-0 and you all freak out. And
Yep.
it's just awesome. And it's a different person every time and we all do well in our own different events and it's just fun. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Get your crowd, get your locals going,
Yeah.
grow your group.
Bring them to an event.
Shout out to Wolfpack. What was it 3 or 4 out of the 8 top 8
I don't know. I just know the Red Caps crew.
for the Pro Tour? They did a very good job. Came in with a lot of different things.
Mhm.
It's, Michael Hamilton, Zach Bunn,
Oh, I know who they are. Yeah, yeah.
some known names. They did a really good job. I actually really appreciate it, and I'll just throw this out there. Team Covenant, Zach going through his experience because he ended up dropping from pro
Mhm.
to go into the calling and ended up top eighting into the calling. And
Yeah.
it was his story is a magical adventure. I'll throw it out that way. It's well worth listening to, and that is what can happen. You know, you do the work, you put the reps in, you find an edge case because he ran Visceri.
Yeah.
What Visceri? Totally unexpected into this meta, and got there, got to
Yeah.
the top four. So it's there. The meta is so wide now. I love this about. We've talked about this in the past. Like the current situation with Fab is everything I want Fab to. It's such. We've had the time where it's like 3 decks, right?
Mhm.
We're at the point where it's like it's not
It'll
3
be
decks.
there again.
It will. There's no doubt you'll find these situations where something is a little overpowered and they have to adjust, but they are on top of it. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And it's getting broader because they keep creating new spaces of exploration within the deck building. And so you end up with this situation where it's like, yeah, it might be 3, 4, 5 top decks that are really definitely the competitors, but then you have this edge deck no one expected,
Sure.
and it
Oh,
just
absolutely.
throws everything off. I mean, Visceri was not a thing.
No.
There was 0% chance of Viserai being in the top 8, and yet it made it to top 4.
I mean, obviously it wasn't 0.
Well, if you asked anyone beforehand, like, I don't think anyone except that team would have argued that.
No.
And I know for a fact there was a big team that came from overseas. I can't call them out by name because I don't remember who they were straight off, but they were awesome, very kind folks that were coming in with Ninja Katsu.
Mhm. I did hear that,
They
yeah. There were like 8 of
That's
them or
one of
something?
those things where it's like they had a plan. They came in with a battle plan, well practiced, etc. It did not work out for them that time. So it's not like every side case wins.
Right.
But the point is that doing that with your group, doing the work, finding the ways you can,
Mhm.
and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And shout out to them because man, did they represent? They were everywhere. It was definitely something everyone was talking about. Is like, holy shit, I didn't practice against Katsu. So it was
I would
awesome.
have loved to seen a Katsu.
Yeah, well,
I would have
I don't
loved to
know.
seen a lot of things that I didn't see.
I got nothing for you. All right. So what else? What did you think about the cosplay?
Cosplay was insane. Um, so my wife and I did not participate this time. She is working on her next cosplay though. Um, but we are very happy with the direction they are taking it. They are taking it a lot more seriously and actually putting in a lot more effort in understanding the work behind that went into each cosplay. So when we first did it, we were in the first Pro Tour cosplay competition, and it was really just kind of a quick discussion about how it was made, time that it took, materials used, what was handmade, what was store bought. But now they go and actually you can go and have a conversation prior to the big event, opposed to it all happening at once. Um, so that you get more time talking about the creation of your cosplay.
That's fantastic. I mean, I have to say, at multiple points during the event while the cosplayers were setting up, because they would walk off to a backdrop because the backdrops are spread out all over the venue. So they'd go over there to get pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And they'd set up and put their suits on and whatever. At multiple times. I was like, "Holy shit." Like, I literally was like, "Look at that." Like, whoever I was near, I was like, "What the hell is happening over there?"
Hmm.
Just so impressive. So many very impressive cosplays. I had a blast watching the, cosplay show. Really appreciate the work these people put into it. It's unbelievable, like, massive amounts of respect. Um, it's crazy. It's mind-blowing to see the stuff that's being done. Where's your favorite cosplay?
Oh, that's hard.
It's hard. There's some good ones. There's so many good ones.
I don't know. A personal favorite would probably be Lena Bell, the shitty Christmas present.
Oh, fair. Yeah, yeah.
Just because I've run into her at a couple events now, and she's just the nicest person, and
Oh,
it
really?
just
I didn't
it's
know you knew her.
yeah, oh, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
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 yeah. I spoke with her. She was at one of my events and we chatted for a moment, but yeah, I didn't
yeah.
know you knew her.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we ran into her. I think I ran into her at the call no Battle Hard, New Jersey, and she
Gotcha.
was also in same costume, and because there wasn't a cosplay contest there, but she had
She's
her
just like,
sack of
"Whatever."
shitty Christmas presents
She's
and
like,
was
"Whatever, shitty Christmas
yeah,
present."
and like went around from table to table handing out the potions were Capri
The
Suns.
potions, yes.
And she asked if you wanted a potion or a
So good.
shitty Christmas present, and the shitty Christmas presents were socks.
Socks, of course. That's the best. I will say my local gaming group for the holidays, one of our players gave us a shitty Christmas present of various colored socks. It was so fun. It was so fun.
What was
Wow,
yours?
that's amazing. Well, God, that is really hard.
Yeah, follow that one.
Really, yeah, I really liked Dash, the
Yeah,
mechanologist,
sure, of
because
course.
I know it won, but
Yeah.
that was also the first Marvel I set on my shelf of these recent Marvels. I was like, "I have to have that."
Oh,
I
absolutely.
overpaid for it, and I put it on my shelf because I was playing Dash before Dash was cool, back when it lost all the time and it didn't have harpoons
Mhm.
or Hanabi,
Mhm.
and, uh, and I love Dash. Like, I think Dash is going to be the bestest of heroes at some point. Not there yet,
Everyone
but
will be.
the fact that yeah, exactly. That's why it's easy to say that. But the fact that she walked in on the stilts with the full mecha suit
Yeah.
that worked in every way, and smoke's coming out of her
Yep.
knee furnaces. I'm like,
Yep.
what the hell is happening? At multiple points,
The buzzsaw
while
spun.
yes, while she was getting ready, while she did her thing on the stage, at multiple points, I was like, what the hell? Look at that. I was just like losing it. It was
Yeah.
amazing. Also won first place.
Yeah.
So absolutely good. Second place for me is Kano, because I also saw him setting up in front of the volcanic backdrop.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Oh
fair.
my god, so good. Like the face, the costumes, the feather, the flow of the robes, the staff, everything was just on point. So good. So for me, that's them.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
What a good time. I enjoyed that so much. It's such a fun thing. Even though for some people it feels like it's a side thing, in some ways it's like a main thing for some people.
And that's what I wanted to talk about earlier when we were talking about how they're trying to really make this game for everyone.
It's more than just a
It's
tournament.
more than just a tournament. These events are for the community. And no matter what part of the community you're in, there's something for you. Whether
Absolutely.
like if you're not a competitive person, that's fine. There are plenty of other things that you can do and have fun. There's the
I had a
cosplay.
blast. I wasn't
There's all the
competing the whole
side
time.
stuff.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
had
absolutely.
we had a friend who's brand new to the game, has only played a couple of kitchen table games with me before. This was his first event. He had never been to even an armory before. He came and did the Fresh to Fab package, had a blast.
Crushed it.
He did. He did.
He did a good
I
job.
trained
You
him
taught
well.
him well, Tommy.
But then no, it wasn't just me though. Like he was so interested in the game, he went and like studied and was playing on Talishar and was
He
listening
was
to other
ready.
content creators. And yeah,
To be 100% fair, he had never played at an armory or anything before, and he ran in there and he's like, "I know how to do this."
yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's for. It's
Yeah.
great. I love it.
That's what the Fresh Fab is. Yeah.
The artists,
The artists were cool. You got
holy
your
crap.
Mark Pool
Oh my
metal
god, I
thingies.
spent way too much money
Yeah,
on
we went
Mark
there and
Pool
John was like,
stuff.
I'm not gonna
Oh.
spend money here.
Well, I knew I was gonna spend some money on Mark Pool. I thought I was gonna get a card signed. I brought
Yeah.
the card to be signed. That's
Right.
like $3 to $20 depending on what you're trying to do,
Yeah.
and I spend a lot more than that. He had beautiful pieces of art in metal,
The
and
tomes.
how do I not what and then I got a play mat too. I don't know. It was awesome. It was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Uh, Speaking of side events,
Mhm.
Ultimate Pit Fight with James White
Yeah, I saw
playing
that.
in the Ultimate Pit Fight. I lost my shit watching that. Now, I know there's a lot of coverage of it, so go watch that, but holy crap. I don't know who the guy that was sitting across from him was that was playing the Rudy deck, but good God, shout out to him. His whole deck was slabbed.
I mean, that's what you
It
have to do to
was
play the Rudy deck.
it was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. It was a foot tall. I died. I died listening and watching what they were doing there. And James White, of course, came in with the was it the Judicar, right?
Yeah.
Judicar?
Yeah.
Yeah. And judging everyone about him. But they looked like they had a blast. And we had a buddy who was playing down the table from them, and I took a picture of him. I don't know. Would he shout out? Would we shout? Can we shout him out?
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
on another podcast, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Gary, from the other Tommy podcast. That's all I'm going to
Russian
refer
buds.
to.
Yeah.
The other Tommy. The
No, Gary's a
other
public
Tommy.
figure in the Fab community. That's fine.
You know him from his Visceri dance and the Visceri pillow. I got a great picture that looks like the Last Supper with James White, Rudy, the crazy Rudy deck, and the Visceri pillow all in one shot. It was the best. I was so happy to get that shot. But yeah, that was a crazy event. It was 3 rounds of UPF. UPF takes a long time, even
Yes,
with
it
only
does.
4 players, because everyone's like, "Hey, let's do this thing that heals everyone."
Oh, right. Yep.
3 rounds took like 6 hours or something. I don't know. It was a lot.
Except when you're
Uh,
playing Gary's deck where you play the sword where no one can gain life.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
He
Nebula Blade. Yeah.
saved himself and those around him by just murdering them
Yep.
viciously.
Yep.
'Cause visceri.
Because Viscerai things.
He had the pillow.
Yeah.
'Cause visceri. So, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it. What'd you think of Baltimore?
Could be better.
What'd you
Uh,
dislike about Baltimore?
it's Baltimore.
Are you just saying that?
As a Pittsburgh native, yes.
You're like, "Pittsburgh only" oh, because you
No.
hate the
Right.
Ravens.
Yeah. Correct.
Oh my god, Tommy, what did you think of Baltimore, the town that we stayed in that has nothing to do with the god?
I mean, I saw a lot of Ravens things. I had to play beer pong on a Ravens table. I was a little upset.
We had a good time.
We
Alright, so
did.
I'm gonna reframe this because Tommy's just salty about Ravens.
No, it
It
was
was
it was it was
we had a
fine. It
blast.
was fun.
We had a blast. We got to visit
Um,
friends that were local. We went to some
yes.
fantastic brew pub restaurants, like, good
Yeah,
god,
absolutely.
good
Food was
food.
good. Did end up getting sick, but do not think it was due to food.
I don't think it was due to
Yeah.
Baltimore. I
It
think it
was
was
just
due to
con crud
cons.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Con crud. No
Yeah.
masks this time. First time ever.
Yeah. First time no masks. Drank heavily Saturday night, behaved Friday night. Um, but still wasn't hungover Sunday because I drank a
N
ton of water.
No, we were just tired.
Yeah.
We went late. We went out. We went to this, like, crazy club place with a bar that had, like, what was it?
Power plant, I think it was called.
Foosball. No, no, no. It was up from Power Plant, but there's some. Yo, no, it was called that. It was up from the place that has the big sign. They call it the Power Plant.
Yeah.
Power Plant Live. That
Yeah,
place.
that's
Yeah.
it.
And we went to one of the sidebars. It had
Mhm.
like foosball and
The hockey thing, the hockey foosball
yeah,
thing.
the hockey thing and the
Beer pong, skee ball.
nuts. Oh yeah, it did have skee ball
Mhm.
that we finally
Mhm.
figured out how to make work.
Yep.
And the shuffleboard thing. It was fun. There's a lot of games there.
Shuffleboard,
Very good
cornhole.
time. Pretty quiet actually. It was overall good. And there was a club attached to it that we went down to. That was fun too
Yeah, got a nice
for a
picture of the
minute.
crew in front of "This is where the magic happens" neon sign. So, that was fun. That was a treasurable picture.
It was a good time. It was fun.
Yeah.
Overall, not bad.
No. Looking forward to a non-competitive meta where I can try out some fun new things locally. Gonna be switching Dory up to Quicksilver Dagger Dory with a Centauri Saber
For CC.
for CC.
Wow.
I've been messing around with it a little bit. I got a couple games in this week, just here and there on Talishar, and enjoying it quite a bit. I think it performs a lot better into the meta because people don't know it and don't know the tricks and don't know what's coming. And it's very much a reactive deck. So what I like about Dory is how reactive you can be during the reaction phases. But this just allows you a lot more options to play more ideally because you have 2 or 3 swings every turn. So it's a lot more like a Kasai in CC, which is super fun, but just no blood on her hands. But you also have Dorinthia specializations, which, to be fair, are a few. So that is
Nice.
my new thing to figure out and master. So I'll be bringing that to locals whenever locals decides to bring CC back.
And well, no, that's this month.
There's one this month.
I believe so. Yeah. Or wait, is it next month? Might be next month.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're doing all the new player welcome events this month. I think.
Right, which I think is great and is awesome.
Love it.
Our local community is growing. We have a bunch of people coming and talking and looking for just to get involved in the game.
Yeah, it's hardcore.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. You know how we have the red tables and the black table?
Yeah.
We had to take over the black tables
Hey.
because we were too big at the event on Thursday, and they were a little smaller than they have been.
Oh, those filthy
Uh-huh,
One Piece
uh-huh.
players.
Hey, hey, hey! Don't, oh no, don't poo-poo on other people's fun. It's
I'm not.
fine.
I'm not. I'm not.
It's fine.
It's
They
just
enjoyed it,
it's
but
more
we
of a
said that it wouldn't last long, and it seems like it's not lasting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think well, it's one of those things where it's not, I was not poo-pooing on the game. I was poo-pooing on the Thursday night time slot at Red Caps, in that
Oh, whatever.
we were there first.
Oh, we were there for. Shut up. Shut up. They don't mind. They'll host whoever's willing to come
No,
up
I know.
and
I
pay.
know.
It's
I
fine.
know.
It all worked out perfectly
We
well.
were there
But yes, it
before, we
was
will be
very
there after.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It was very interesting that the tables, because they used to take up the 2 rows, and
Yeah.
it was not 2 rows this time.
Cool.
And we were overtaking those rows, so it was interesting.
Sweet.
Shout out, obviously, to Michael Fang,
Mm-hmm.
winner of Pro Tour, and Mara Ferris,
Mm-hmm.
Dromai Ash Artist, slapping down to get to second place because, oh my God, what a matchup. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch it, but holy shit, a
I have
master
not.
class in playing pro. Like, it's a whole different level of play
Oh yeah,
every
I will
single hand.
never be there. I will
It's
never be there.
unbelievable.
I
Like, it
can't.
is.
Yeah.
Okay, and shout out to SEG and all the casters and all the people that were involved in the production of that shit, because I was there live. I didn't get to watch it on the internet. I was there live. I watched it after the fact, and holy crap, this was the most professionally produced, best. Like, it was fantastic.
That's
So
awesome.
thank God. Because we've seen them in the past where it's
It's
like we're
been
trying to
rough.
watch it,
Yeah.
and it's been hard to even see what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
I can't tell what the play is. Not this time. This was so well done. 100% appreciate all the work that was put in to make this very viewable from the internet. It was just unbelievable and worth watching. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. Some
It's
of
not
our
just like, as a nerd, I want to watch what the
no.
plays
Yeah. Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
It was like really fun to watch.
Yeah. Some of
They
our
did a
new
good
locals were
job.
messaging me while we were there watching it, and
It was so
they
good.
were watching like all day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. It
I
was
watched
so fun
I watched a majority of Friday. I just kind of had it
because
on in the
we weren't
background because
there.
we
Yeah,
weren't there
yeah,
yet. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
It was good. It was
yeah.
very well done.
So definitely
Uh,
can second that the
and
level of
also
production
shout
was
out
there.
to Michael Feng for LLing Oldham.
He did not.
Damn it, not quite.
No.
So close.
Yeah.
Soon.
TBD
Road to
wins the
nationals.
next Road to
Road to
Nationals.
nationals. This is coming up. How many points is he off?
It's close.
It's close. Thank you, Michael Feng.
It's close.
So close.
Let me see here. Yeah, because he got 200 points from the Pro Tour.
All right, fine. Thank you, Dylan Dietz. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing, for LLing Icelander as much as I love
Breyer is
Icelander.
still closer.
Who is?
Breyer is still closer.
Oh, God. So he might be around for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
He is now at 881. Or he's at 888. He got 210.
We were talking about conspiracy theories of LSS. Did they plan it so they get close and then fall off the meta? Like, they come in with the anti-meta for the thing so that they stick around longer?
No, I
Kind
don't
of
think
love
so.
it if they do, but I don't think it's real.
No. Breyer's at 964.
Breyer's almost out then, huh?
Yeah.
But she doesn't really
But
place.
she's been there.
Yeah, she doesn't.
And that's the
place
thing,
it.
is she doesn't place because she high rolls.
Yeah, but Oldham isn't a high roll. He's steady state.
I know, but if there's something that gets around him.
I was gonna say, do we have a Dust Till Dawn that gets around Oldham? What do you think?
A new light illusionist?
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Hashtag Oldham.
I mean, the
killer.
Oldham Prism matchup. Remember that?
I don't actually remember that. What was it?
Not great.
You think this Prism will be the same?
I think it will be very similar.
Not an angel like Dromai Prism?
Could be. It could be.
I feel like that has to be it, except now I'm like questioning that because the Bellora or whatever, Bellor angel is actually a angel of the light warrior.
Right. So that's the other thing, is I
Yeah.
might be playing Bolton if I can summon me some angels.
I am interested in Bolton.
Mm-hmm.
I am interested in Bolton.
Yeah, because that one is just the light. It's not light illusionist.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, then it falls off. Icelander's only at 614. Dash is at 570.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Icelander's free to play for a while.
Yeah.
Also not great to play for a while.
Yeah.
Although I will say into Azalea. So I don't know what you've been doing for the past week, but or since Pro Tour, but I have personally been playing a lot of Azalea
I
and
just
having
told
a
you I
lot
was
of fun.
playing the new Quicksilver Dory.
Okay, fine. Boring, same thing you always
It's
do. Although
not.
I will be to give you credit.
Yeah.
I did want Dagger Dory to be a thing
It's a
before
thing.
the meta game.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
It's good, John. We should
it's
play a
cool.
game. It's fun.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that it's a thing because I really wanted that to be a thing the second they released Quicksilver. I was like, oh, Dagger Dory, I'm gonna do it. I bought a bunch of warrior equipment and everything. I was ready for it, and then it wasn't a thing, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Part
So
of the
it's good
thing
that
influencing it is I did pick up a cold foil Centauri Saber at Pro Tour. So usually at these events, I usually pick up like one nice shiny thing. And I picked up a Centauri Saber cold foil, and I already have a cold foil Quicksilver dagger. So we're
oh
rocking.
my god, metal tokens from Fab Metal tokens. I don't know. Google
Metal
search
Fab
it.
tokens? Yeah.
Yeah, metal Fab tokens. So good, so good.
Yeah. I got a
I've
bunch
been
of those.
playing with them in
Mm-hmm.
person. So good,
Very
so
helpful.
good, very good. Definitely a thing. Go to these events and get them there because the shipping's expensive because they're metal.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah.
I've been rocking my Dorinthia pin on my backpack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go
It's
with my
so good.
Quaxley.
These events are so good. They're so fun.
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to the next one. I don't know when the next one I'll be able to make, but I'm not going to be able to make nationals.
Where is that?
I don't think we have a date or a place yet, but
place
we have a
yet?
date. We do have
What
a
is?
date.
Yeah. What's the date?
July, second week of July, I think. Second weekend
Oh,
of July.
Probably be West Coast, I would assume,
I'd assume so.
because they just did Pro Tour East Coast. They tend to be pretty flexible on that, like bounce around, which is good
Yeah.
for the community in the country.
Yeah, because we have, Road to Nationals is in June. Oh, end of May to June. Oh, snap. That's like right around the corner.
That's today, tomorrow. Might as well know now.
Like 3 weeks.
Yep.
Is Road to Nationals. Dang. Okay.
Ready, Tommy. I am not ready because I've been playing with a dozen different decks. I have no idea what
one.
I'm doing. It's so hard to pick one. They're so fun. I like exploring. I don't like playing hardcore. I like exploring.
Then just do that.
That's fine. I'm fine with it. I don't need to go to Road to Nationals. Oh, by the way,
Well, it's
all
just that our
sorts of fun
local.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm actually thinking about more than anything. I built my Azuri deck, and then I realized it would be terrible into our locals, and I rebuilt my Azuri deck, which is physically built now, to come in and slap some of our locals.
Cool.
And it will do okay.
You did
About
that thing that I
50%.
told you to do, right?
What's that?
Add Oasis Respite?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I added that because I
Good
know
boy.
there's some Kanos.
Yeah.
And I added a lot of pitch value
Yeah.
over redlining it because I knew there was Kanos and there's a bunch of other things that it would be better into. So I rebuilt it and it's okay.
Just
it's
clarifying, U.S. Nationals isn't to be determined.
What is it?
To be announced. Has not been announced yet. All the other dates have been announced except the U.S. For the actual Nationals event.
That's right. We were the last outstanding thing because something about the venue. They actually released a notice about it.
Okay.
They said something about. I don't remember the details, but it's something like they're working on a venue. They tried to get something and it didn't work out, so they have to do something else, which is why it's delayed.
Got it.
They actually released it as like a little news post when all that other stuff. So.
Got it. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on. We got Road to Nationals. We got the Calling, Battle Hardened Pittsburgh, which I mean, unfortunately, I'm going to miss at the end of the month. I wish I could, but I am just going to be dead to the world by the end of this month.
I'm camping that weekend.
Yeah. And then where are the other ones? Baltimore. There's another Baltimore battle hardened. Say that 10 times fast. In
Baltimore
June.
battle hard.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not gonna do it.
No. And then Los Angeles, not going there. Cincinnati, too far. Chicago, too far. We're spoiled. I don't want to drive too far.
What?
No,
Chicago's like 10 minutes away.
Yeah, of
Cincinnati's
course.
not that bad.
I'm not going.
I've actually never been to Cincinnati or Chicago. I'd love to go.
I've been to Cincinnati. It's pretty fun. Atlanta. Yeah.
That's
Columbus.
fun city.
Yeah. Columbus could be fun. That's in September. But yeah. And anything else we want to talk about on Battle Hard, New Jersey? Or Pro Tour Baltimore?
Not on Pro Tour Baltimore. I would like to say, take a look at what's happening in the markets. It's insane.
Yeah.
The entire thing is just being nutty again. We'll talk about more in our Fab Watch upcoming conversation, but there's definitely a few
You
things.
mean that show that's like Baywatch, but instead of watching the Bay, we watch Fab?
We do. We watch Fab bounce
that one.
around
Okay,
on
cool.
the beach. Wait,
Yeah.
no, there's no Fab on the beach, is there?
No.
I don't know.
Not yet. There will be.
Sandy Fab
In
the
July.
sand.
No, July. Yeah.
Is that like Oasis respite in the,
Yeah.
it's getting in your bathing suit?
Ward
you got
4.
a little Oasis in your bathing suit?
Ward 4 in the bathing suit.
Oh no, wait, what's the one from Dromai? The sand scour or no, sand
cover.
something or yeah.
Sand cover.
Sand cover. And then you have the sand scour bow. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna be at the beach in July, so maybe I'll check it out. I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do a photo shoot or something. I'll bring some sand covers.
I love it. Do it. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff happening with the market. It's kind of crazy right now. Look out for what's happening and check out our Fab Watch video because we'll talk about it in detail.
It'll be fun. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Cool. Well, until next week, when we're back talking about more Flesh and Blood stuff, we'll catch you guys later.
Have a good one.